Okay, we have a new job ahead of us. This time we get to be out here in the pleasant sun. Yay! Oh no! See how big this place is. Oh my Christ, this place is huge! This is gonna take forever. Wow. Wow. Damn, y'all. Just damn. We start from the top. Blimey indeed. I am here. Well, you got to do what you got to do to make your job fascinating, or else they'll go crazy. I wish we had like a little putt-putt golf course around here that we could go to. I don't think little putt-putt golf courses do too well. I really don't think they do a lot of business. They probably cost more to maintain and upkeep than they do make a profit. They probably don't make much of a profit. They might have been more popular back in the day as well, before technology and the internet. Now people want to sit in front of a screen instead of go out and do stuff. There is one about, I don't know how far Oxford is. There's one in another city near me, or at least there used to be. I don't know if it's still open anymore. We had one here when I was a kid, and they closed it down and built a restaurant. And then eventually they closed the restaurant and tore the building down. And don't know why they opted to do all of that. It's like, I don't know why they closed their movie theater. I don't understand why everything here dies. No business can really survive here. Even our Walmart is struggling. Straight up struggling. We do kind of live in a black hole here where I live. There's nothing to do, nothing to see, nowhere to go. Dead and sad. But we're going to get this place in tip top shape. Tip top shape. Tip top. Tip top shape. Don't fall now, because I'll have to go all the way down there. I am gonna have to go find the ladder. I'm gonna have to figure out where that is. Do 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 do. See that dirt trying to hide. I see you. Dirt, grime, muck, filth. Dirt, grime, muck, filth. Dirt and grime and muck and filth and dirt and grime and muck and filth and dirt and grime and muck and filth and dirt and grime and muck and filth. Can I actually get up to the top if I try hard enough? Let me go find my ladder. I see it. Oh, Mr. Ladder. Oh, you son of a bitch. How do I get up here? Voila. Yeah, we're going to be doing things different with this place. We're going to be doing top to bottom instead of going bottom to top. Okay. Well, how the hell am I supposed to do this? Jump, I guess. I fail. Well, this is dumb. Oh, I almost had it. Ha 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 ha! Shit. I did it. Look at me. I'm on top of the. Ooh, a city. Cool. I made it up here. What you gonna do about it? I think I climbed all the way up here and got this. So we started, and then we're kind of working from the top down with this job instead of, you know, instead of going from the ground up, which is what we did with that fountain. We're kind of, wow, look at the dirt. Weird, patchy, moldy looking dirt. But this place is huge. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to clear this area. I really don't. Okay. There's just so much dirt everywhere. My brain is kind of overloaded at where to start and what to wash. You know what I mean? It feels a little intimidating. You know, my brain's like, where, where do you start? At this point, given the level of disaster that this place happens to be in, I don't really think that matters as long as you're washing and as long as you're getting it done. Speaking of which, I've been learning a lot lately. Um, uh, I've been learning a lot about ADHD. I'm trying to educate myself the best that I can. And, you know, it kind of explains a lot of past behaviors of mine and other people, honestly, too. Um, but one of the things that I've recently learned is that our brains are constantly seeking dopamine, like nonstop. It's just scanning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our brains are addicted to dopamine hits. And, you know, we are kind of a little more susceptible to drugs, alcohol, things like that. Things that go hand in hand with addictive behaviors and patterns. For me, it was always food and what have you. But I was reading that earlier this morning. Interesting stuff indeed. Again, I have no official diagnosis, but I'm going to seek one this year and see if I can't get some shit straightened out. It's so early you're falling asleep. Yeah, tell me about it. It's I was just about to talk about that. Um these early morning streams have been bittersweet. You know, they're hard to do. They're very hard to do, but I like the challenge. Um what you doing, cheat? Don't be cheat. Is German a class that everybody has to take, or is it just one that you chose? I always did find that kind of arbitrary and weird when public schools make you try to learn a language. Like, you know how many languages there are? Why'd they pick that one in particular? But yeah, the morning streams have been really helpful and they've been very important to helping me counterbalance, you know. Well, not counter, but what am I talking about? Not counterbalance. They're helping me. Allegedly. Hmm. See how much filth there is down there? This job is going to take forever. And it probably will take a whole week to get this done. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of the ADHD stuff makes sense to me when I read about it or watch a little video on social media or whatever. But I'm gonna talk to the actual professionals and see if they want to hammer out a diagnosis. Because if I get an official diagnosis, then I can be certain about it. We can start working with that information. Gotta go by. Everybody has to take. You Spanish and German. They lied to me. Yeah, I don't know which language would be easier. As far as which one would be more productive to you, I wouldn't say German. I don't want to sound like some sort of how do I put this? I don't want to sound like one of those, we'll just say one of those people. But I don't understand the American education system. I really don't. It's so random and arbitrary. Like they're wasting time, effort, resources on trying to teach students another language. Let them learn that shit in their own private time. Don't make that required. That's fucking stupid as shit. That is stupid as shit. You should really be focused on other things that matter. Not that learning another language isn't awesome. It is. I respect anybody that knows more than one language. I don't know more than one language. But as far as like just growing up in America and joining the workforce, which is honestly all they really want you to do in the first place, it just seems counterproductive to waste time, money, and resources on trying to teach kids another language. They're never going to learn the language because they took some fucking courses in high school or college or what. Now, you have to really dedicate yourself and really want to learn the other language in order to learn it. Most kids just squeak by anyway. Most, unless you're a Lisa Simpson type, most kids are just doing the bare minimum to get through school because they don't want to be there. I didn't want to be there. I lamented every fucking day I had to go to school. I was a very cliche kid in that way. I hated it. I didn't want to be there. And I did the bare minimum to get by. There's no way in hell you would have gotten me to learn another language. I just don't see the practical use in learning another language that way. College, sure. High school, no, no. It's about as dumb as homework. I'm 40 years old. I have been in school for decades, and I still think homework's the stupidest fucking thing. Stupidest fucking thing. You want me to take your job home and do it for you, huh? No, when I leave school, I'm done. I'm done learning for the day, homie. I'm gonna go home, play my video games and whatnot. Or whatever it is I did after school. Usually it was go outside or something. Believe it or not, I honestly didn't play a ton of video games when I went to school every day. I would come home and watch cartoons or watch TV or whatever, or play in my room, play with toys, whatever the hell. doing this might give the impression that I was a video game obsessed kid. I was not. I really was not. But yeah, the years have kind of really, I don't know how to explain it. It's weird because it kind of feels like I just started doing this YouTube stuff yesterday. It really does not feel like it's been 9 years worth of YouTube. It really doesn't. It's very surreal. But a lot of that might have to do with the lifestyle that I've lived as well. Mr. Frog, Mr. Prince. Mr. Frog Prince is clean. But right now, one of, if not the most important thing in my life is making changes so I can start living a different life. But here's the thing. I've done the whole stay up late thing. I've done the whole be up all night thing. I've done the whole third shift job thing. Um, oh, snap. Hold up. We got a golf ball here. I bet you I get an achievement for this. Yeah, I've been ready for a long time to get back on being up days. I just kind of wish I'd done it sooner. I don't know if I'll be able to get it up over the. Nope. I can't get it up over the thing. Can't get it over the ramp. I had a pretty rough mental health day the other day. I spiraled. I really spiraled, and I thought, this is it. This is where I screw everything up. This is where I stay up too late and fall off the wagon with my eating. And I did. I did both of those things. The other day, I kept trying to go to sleep and just tossing and turning and being stuck, not being able to go to sleep. And my mind was racing and I was dealing with a lot. And again, just having a really rough mental health day. And I laid there and laid there and laid there until it was 5 a.m. It's the first time I've stayed up till 5 a.m. in a long time, in months, months and months. Um, like I said, um, for those of you who've been around for any given amount of time, who are familiar with me, my struggles, you'll know that switching from nights to days has been very difficult. But it's something that I really want, in my life. I want that permanent switch over. So I work on it every day. Honestly, it's something I may end up struggling with for the rest of my life because I've really done a doozy on myself, you know. Keeping the schedule I kept for so many years, I honestly think I've done a number on myself. But yeah, going back to the other thing too, I don't know. It feels like a waste. I mean, yes, children need a general education, and deciding which subjects to teach in school is very crucial and important, but whole ass language feels like a waste. And again, it's arbitrary. If anything, in America, if we're going to teach a second language in school, at this point, it should be Spanish. Um, just because of our neighboring countries, Spanish, maybe French. Although I've heard from Canadians that Canadian French, not only does it vary greatly inside of the different provinces of Canada itself, but it's not even remotely the same as French from France. It'd be quite different. So I don't know. But given the fact that our two neighboring countries speaks English, French, and Spanish, if anything, teach those languages. Because our Hispanic population grows quite a bit every year, and as someone who doesn't speak two languages, it would be nice if I did. I would love to be able to speak, you know, to Hispanic folks in their native tongue. I feel like that would come across as really respectful. I had another weird airport dream. This time I dreamed that I was going to Japan. Tyler was going, and I was kind of globbed onto him and his trip. It was weird. I think I went down the spiral so hardcore over the past decade or so. I think I honestly I think I just kind of given up. I'd given up on living any kind of normal life, going anywhere, doing anything, having any real meaningful experiences. I think I've kind of just given up. But going on these little trips, socializing more, traveling more, it's really helping open my brain back up to the possibilities of some semblance of normalcy and something, you know. It's helping. It's helping quite a bit. I just have to I have to work on it every day, and I have to stick to it, you know. And that's kind of why I've done so many early morning streams in the past few months. Is this is when I'm waking up, I'm full of energy, I'm really, you know, the ADHD brain is seeking the dopamine hit. It's, you know, it's out there, it's out here wanting to work on stuff and be busy and stay as occupied as possible. So hello, Mr. Gnome. 15% of this place. That feels rough, man. Get him out of there. Bye. You were in my way. And I'll have to walk around and hit it from the other side. From the other side. Hey, see more dirt in here. I miss an entire wall. Oh, hold up. Really? Just like that, huh? Just like that. Know that I can. Damn it. There we go. This is going to be a rough one. When it comes down to finding that last little 1%, this castle is going to be a bitch. Or this stage, I mean, is going to be a bitch. Well, at least we got this area done. Oh, boy. No. Oh, boy. I want to start reading more as well, since I'm trying to develop like healthier habits. Oh, start incorporating more books. I decided to finally, after fucking decades, after 30 years, I've decided to finally sit down and read The Lost World Jurassic Park. I've read Jurassic Park a few times over the years. I could honestly stand to reread that again too, but since I've never actually read The Lost World, I decided to take the plunge. I'm maybe about halfway through it now. Um, you know, I always had a difficulty reading when I was younger. I just didn't have the attention span for it, and my mind tends to wander. So I'd find myself reading the same pages over and over, trying to really nail down my focus. And I also didn't know about what do they call it, aphantasia or whatever it's called. That might not even be the right word. The thing where some people can't visualize stuff when they close their eyes. Yeah, I can't do that. So that really hurts when you're trying to read. But no, so at night after my day's done, I've showered and I've settled in. I like to play a little Mario Kart online, and then I finish my nights by reading now. I've gone full old man, but I don't even care. It's nice to have a routine. Healthy routine, I should say. Hello, welcome on in. Welcome on in to chat. I think the book I'm going to read next will probably be Flowers for Algernon, because I started it years ago and didn't finish it. I want to read all of the popular books that you always hear about. And I don't mean trash books, I mean good books. You're up early today? Yeah, I am. This is part of my new schedule. Um, I've like I was just sitting here talking about earlier. I've at this point I've spent about 2 decades of my life going to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning and sleeping all day. Most of the jobs I've had have always been second shift or third shift jobs. My first job was a first shift job back when I was a teenager, but after that, I spent years being up all night, and I decided it was time for a change. So a few months ago, back towards the end of 2025, I started working on this and prepping myself to be up days instead of nights. And it's been difficult. I'm not going to lie. You can't just flip a switch after having been on a certain schedule for decades and say, well, I'm going to do this now. No, it don't work that way. It does not. The human brain does not work that way. But the more I do it, the more common it will become, and the more my body will get used to it. So, yeah. So yeah, these early mornings are probably they're gonna be a permanent fixture if I can help it. Um, well, it feels weird after having done it for a few months now. It does feel weird. It almost feels like a separate reality. Um, it kind of feels like I've been in cryogenic stasis, like I'm in a cartoon or a movie or a video game or something. None of it feels real. Like I don't know how to explain it. It feels like a completely separate reality. I can definitely tell my brain chemistry is different. It's weird. Very weird indeed. It's because you're so disconnected. When you're up nights and you're asleep while everybody else is like going to work, going to school, raising their kids, going out and doing stuff in the world, and you're just over here up nights and you're living essentially in what's like a quarantined little bubble, you kind of are disconnected from reality, society. You really do live in your own bubble. And when you're coming back to the world after doing it for so long, you feel like an alien. You feel like you really feel like you've been missing from the world for a while. At least that's my experience. Other people I'm sure have completely different experiences, but that's just how I've been experiencing it. Um, Shifting over back over to days. I'm older now too. I'm not in my 20s anymore, so it's like all of those cliche old man isms are true. Wake up, have some coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'm just saying, like, you wake up, you read the news, you see what's happening in the world, you have your coffee, you sit and you watch the birds, you might go for a walk. Full old manisms. And I see the value in them now too. There's peace. There's peace in it. You were strictly night. That's a huge part of it too. That's a huge part of it. Um, they say that social interactions are key to our health, mentally, physically, all around. And there's no telling how many years I've shaved off my life by not having the proper like social interactions on a regular basis. There's no telling. No fucking telling. Of course, with me, I've felt lonely my entire life, so I'm used to it. I've never really connected with other people. Oh, look at the dirt hiding up under here. Bitch. Hit that button. Oh no. It's all hidden up under this lip, too. Shit. Damn. Sometimes this stuff is almost impossible to get clean. Whoa. Bing. I was never really one to be all about the rat race anyway. You know, that was never in my purview. That was not something I gave a shit about. As long as I had a roof over my head, a video game to play, and food in my belly, I was fine. I never cared about having a mansion for a fucking home, having 8 vehicles in my yard, having a shit ton of money, getting married, having 1,000 kids, having I didn't care about any of that. Never cared about any of that whatsoever. So it's weird. There is a little bit of mental disconnect for me already with that. But when you add staying up all night and sleeping all day for years and years, it further adds to the kind of disassociation that my brain has going on with the rest of society, and it's very weird. It really is. I wish that I had the vocabulary to describe it better, but I just don't, and I can't. It's bizarre. Because even as a kid, I didn't give a shit about being better than the other kids, getting better grades, outdoing, outpace. I could not be fucked to care. Um, Keeping up with the Joneses, having a better vehicle than my neighbor. Yeah, none of that ever applied to me whatsoever. I do not give a flying shit. Um, but aside from all that, you know, it's important to me that I'm up on days now. Because I've spent enough years in the dark, depressed, alone, miserable. If I'm gonna be miserable anyway, I might as well get some sunlight while I'm being miserable. Not to mention, you know, everybody else, my friends, my family, everybody I know is up days like a normal human being. So I can get a little more social interaction in my life if I'm up when everybody else is up. So there's that. That is an angle to consider. It is very tough though, because of the sleep apnea. Like right now, I'm pretty fucking tired. So I don't know how much I'll get done today. I'll get this stream done and under my belt, and the rest of the day may just be a struggle to stay awake till bedtime. Maybe I'll take a nap. I don't know. I try not to take naps because if I take a nap, it's just going to make me want to stay up later at night. So try not to. I am looking forward to spring for a multitude of reasons. Number one, this has been the most brutal winter that I can remember. It has been very brutal. Um, I'm looking forward to experiencing spring during the, being up mornings for the first time since I was younger. Um, Animal Crossing is going to be fun. Get back on some Animal Crossing. Right now, there's not really a reason to play Animal Crossing because everything's just going to be snow covered and boring. But spring will bring all of the flowers and the greenery and the birds and the bugs and the fish and the chirping and the nature and the yada yada yada. The good stuff. But up, but. You know what we should develop? We should develop like a large beach ball grenade so we can clean whole areas at once. I'm very glad in a way they didn't do that though. I'm glad they didn't video gamify this bullshit. That's something that I've discovered about myself. Were those little cat footprints? Little paw prints? That's something that I've discovered about myself in the past few months. I'm kind of getting sick of fucking video games. And what I mean by that is everything having to be so goddamn gamey. Right now I'm experiencing it with Fallout. I've been playing Fallout on Sundays, and I just want to find the different guns and go and shoot people and explore the wasteland and complete missions and objectives. And no, that's not good enough. I have to create different weapons at a fucking crafting bench, and I fucking hate it. I kind of refuse to do it if I'm being completely honest. Like everything is so involved. It's kind of why I bitched the way I did when we were trying out Stardew Valley recently. It's like I don't know. It's too much. It's too video gamey. It's too involved, and I'm over it. That's kind of how I like to play Skyrim too. With Skyrim, I like to go out, do all the missions and dungeon crawling and what the fuck ever. But I don't want to do any of the crafting, smithing. I don't want to deal with the chemistry lab table thing. I don't want to make potions and combined ingredients. And no. I don't want to deal with putting certain when I level up, I don't want to have to decide which attributes to choose from. I don't want to have to decide where to put my level up points. I hate all of that bullshit. You have to understand, given my age, when I was a kid, video games meant putting in a cartridge, going from left to right on the screen, and if you died, you had to start the entire game over from scratch. Everything was about points and finishing games. Just, yeah. I guess you could say my brain lately has gone full boomery. Like video games are too goddamn involved. Too many menus. There's too much bullshit to keep up with. And I'm really glad they didn't do that with this game. Power Wash Simulator, you're here, you have your power washer, you clean. That's it. It's not more cerebral than that. They try to a little bit with this menu where you can buy and change your nozzles and stuff like that. But it's practically nothing. You could just ignore that honestly and just keep spraying. And I don't have to worry about leveling up, buying equipment, and like I said with the beach ball thing, no, none of that bullshit. None of that fuck shit. You just no. Just no. No, I'm good. I do worry about that though. As I get older, I worry about my tolerance for things from, my youth. Because with video games are very unique in the sense that, like, when you start watching a movie or a TV show, the beginning curve of getting you set up and the characters established and everything is usually pretty quick. But with video games, that curve lasts through the whole game. You'll spend the rest of the game leveling up. You'll spend the rest of the game grinding and getting stronger. And I do worry about, as I get older, how far away from them am I gonna drift? You know what I mean? Because like I can easily just turn on Mario Kart and play. But if I sit down and play a video game, then that means I gotta to learn a whole new game, sit through tutorials, memorize a bunch of bullshit. I don't know. But on the other hand, if I can continue to do that for the rest of my life, it might help my brain stay a little sharper, might stave off dementia. Um, so that might be worth putting up with it, you know? That's also an angle that I've thought about. Sometimes it can be off putting, sometimes it can be agitating. Especially with games like Pokemon. It's been 30 years and every game makes you start over from scratch. That is kind of starting to weigh on me a little bit. You know? It's like, okay. All right. Oh. There we go. This is nice. This is a perfect early morning game, though. Mm-hmm. 33%. Yeah, I look out across here and I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised we're only at 33%. Mm. We're doing that this morning then, huh? I got a little bit of the indigestion. I haven't even eaten anything. I've been asleep all night. Hmm. Bully. Bully for you. Bully for me. Bully. We have made it back down to the ground floor. I think this is where the majority of the work will be. I should kind of work on the morning. I'm having a very satisfying morning with this. So I was on hurdy. Well, we finished that up. And now we're here at the mini golf course, the putt golf course. I wonder if these are actual rocks or just plastic. The hell is that? Some sort of snake. Always satisfying when you can quickly clear a large surface. That's pretty straightforward. That's how it's turning out with this rock. Get you from this angle. Don't worry, snake bud. I'll get you all cleaned up. Just hang in there. This is a big mess. Just clear all of this before I start detailing the other area over there. Once you start to make a dent in the ground area down here, it feels less intimidating, honestly. Less daunting of a task. The hell is this thing? A dragon or something? I don't know. I'll worry about you later, Mr. Dragon. I don't know why that snake isn't letting me finish. That is weird. Oh, Nelly. I was gonna say, that thing should have pinged by now. But there it is. Hmm. I never did get this snake today. Ah, it was the mouth. The mouth got me. Oh my god. The whole backside. Since we got down here to the ground level and really started working on it, hammering it out, we almost made it to 50%. That will make me happy when we do. It'll feel like less daunting of a task, you know? Archery? Why archery at a mini golf course? It's weird, but okay. I'm not against it. Archery's pretty fun. I want to go shoot a bow and arrow. Here's the fun part. Getting these metal pieces. Hmm. Got it. Hold up. Hold up. Mm-hmm. I saw where you were trying to hide. Every individual wrap burrito. What do you mean, like from Taco Bell? Yeah, I imagine he's not going to have a pleasant day. His stomach is going to be trashed after that. Still, burritos. Store bought. Still, I mean, maybe don't try them all at once, but I mean, a burrito, you can't go wrong with burritos. Now, I wish I had a burrito. Now you got me thinking about burritos. A burrito. Cheese and sour cream. I'm with you on the cheese. You lost me on the sour cream. Sour cream's gross. Nectar of the gods. I don't know what demon you're worshiping, but sour cream is gross. 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 50%. We did it. We're halfway there. Mix it with salad, salsa, and queso. Now see, I like salsa. I just don't like sour cream. It's gross to me. This little fucker. Jesus. I didn't realize just how corroded and caked on this was. Damn, little man. There we go. Ping, 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 ping. Now see here, bitch. I missed a little bit right there, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, it looks a lot better than she did when we first came in. So there's that. Damn. Kind of ran out of steam, didn't I? I was very talkative when I started things today. That's okay. Sometimes you just have to sit a minute. And just be chill. Why'd I know it was going to be a whole backside to this thing? Okay. Boy. I have to get a ladder for that. Back to my shenanigans over now. Maybe it's just for decoration. I don't know. That would be cool though if we could actually come over here and do some archery. I'm starting to think it's just for decoration. When I first got here, I thought, oh, okay. So you can do your mini golfing, but you can also do some archery if you're bored enough. Or if you just want to try your hand at it or whatever. But after thinking about it, it may just be for show. I don't know. I couldn't say. Okay, I see dirt right. No. Oh, good lord, the whole backside of this thing. What's with the random wooden planks just lying around? I almost missed the backside of this bitch. Come on. What am I missing? There we go. Okay. Time to wash up this fat bastard. Fine, I'll do it from this angle. Still got to get right there. Got him. Got him. Okay. Well, get a high vantage point and look at all the work we've done today. So we got this entire upper area plus the castle. Worked on that, all of that, that. Not bad. Not bad for a day's work. Not bad at all. Oh, you're going to want me to get way down in there, huh? Okay. I'll do that next time. The dragon's den. Okay. I think that's a good stopping point for today. As soon as I open this treasure chest. God damn it. The metal parts are going to be a son of a bitch. Sword and a stone. And yeah. I have a hard time stopping. Somebody help me. I just want to keep going and going and going. So that's gonna stop as soon as I got this chest, but this chest is like not cooperating. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we'll come back in next time. I don't know if we'll finish up the entire map the next time we're here. I mean, we hit the 61% point today, so maybe. And bear in mind, this isn't even part of career mode. This is just one of the extra stages that I decided to do for kicks and giggles. I'm glad that they added a lot of extra stuff. They really made this game thorough. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's going to do it for us for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me at such a crazy early hour in the day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.